you will be receiving rejection because you did not pay any attention to this most important document that could have played the role of game changer in your university admission. Hi guys, my name is Shraddha and I make videos on life in Germany, and if you're new to my channel then please consider subscribing to my channel because I make videos on life in Germany that will be very helpful to you, and also share this channel with your friend. And today's video is also important for the ones who are struggling to write an impressive statement of purpose, which is also known as letter of motivation. And today's video will definitely help you in writing an impressive masterpiece that you wouldn't even believe has come out of your head, and it would be very... Without further ado, let's start the video. And in this video I will be talking about 4 parts. The first will be the do's and don'ts of writing the motivation letter. So I will be talking both do's and don'ts one by one so that you have the idea what you have to do and what you don't have to do. So first point is do a lot of research, do a lot of research about the course, about the curriculum, about the lab, about the professor, about the research work going on in that university, about the specific professor, what he is researching, what are his research papers about, and you may end up finding very interesting topic that you would be interested to work with this professor. So please do the research and write a specific letter of motivation for each course. I'm talking about course, not even university. If you are applying to one university with 3 courses, please write letter of motivation for each one of them in different ways so that you get admitted to each one of them. I know they are very deep things, and that is why you need to do it, because you want your letter of motivation to stand out. You don't want a generic letter of motivation that you send to each university and then you get rejection from every university that you had applied. This is very important document. Take it as very important because this gives the university idea who you are as a person, and they want to know you as a person. CV or certificates, those things are good to convince, but this letter is something that tells the admission committee that why you are applying, why you are the best, and why they should consider you even if you have low grades. So it is kind of a extra advantage, or it is kind of an extra tool through which you can convince someone. You're writing a letter to convince them that yes, you are the best person that they will ever find and you are the perfect fit for this course. So that is why you need to do it. You need to do the research. You need to research a lot to write your motivation letter. I know it is time consuming, but it is actually the best way to write a very specific motivation letter. Now we'll talk about the don't. Don't is that please don't send generic letter of motivation. Please don't send the same letter of motivation to all the 10 courses or all the 5 courses that you are applying to. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't give you any extra edge. It doesn't it shows them that you don't even care to do some extra work to write a good motivation letter. So please don't write same motivation letter for all the courses that you are interested in. Make a specific letter of motivation for each course. Number two point is that your letter of motivation should be maximum 1 to 1.5 page. Not more than that. I would suggest stick to 1 page. 1 page is enough to convince. In Word you can take Arial as a text, and size should be 11. That should be enough. And always put heading letter of motivation. I see many students letter of motivation and they don't even bother to put a heading of letter of motivation because they fear that this will also take some of your space. But please, how will admission committee come to know that this is your letter of motivation? They are getting hundreds and thousands of letters, like from students like you want to be the student who reduce their work, who make them easy, who make them less difficult to decide whether you are the right candidate or not. And this is also one of the things that you should take care of, that you need to put heading letter of motivation and write it in 1 page or maximum 1.5 page, because admission committee are so busy that they sometimes don't even have time to read the whole 1.5 page letter. They usually spend 30 to 40 seconds maximum on your letter, and if the first part is really impressive, then they will go through the whole letter. So make sure that your first 2 paragraphs are very, very impressive and well prepared and beautifully written, so that they read your whole letter of motivation. Otherwise, please don't waste anybody's time. Don't fill 2 pages or more than that. It would not help. It will directly go into the dustbin, because nobody has that much of time to spend on your letter. Don'ts is, please don't make any spelling mistakes, don't put any punctuation mistakes. So this gives the impression that you don't even bother to spell check your motivation letter or get it checked by someone who can help you with the spelling mistakes or punctuation. So please don't make spelling mistakes, don't make punctuation mistakes, avoid them as much as you can. Number 3 is students often say and tell me that they can't write very beautiful sentences, they can't write long sentences with with complex sentences. But trust me, the letter of motivation is not something that you have to impress with your writing. It is something that you have to impress through your thoughts, through your goals, through your kind of what you have done, your achievements. It is something related to that. It is not something related to your English or your complex sentences. It is not your English test. It is about you as a person, what you want to say as a person to convince the admission committee that you are the one, that you are like this and you have done these many things. So please write in simple sentences, use active voice. So if you use sentences like I was among top 5 of my class, I was the leader of so and so committee, I was the organizer of in such and such event. These things show them that you are a person with responsibilities. These are the things that shows that you are a reliable person. So please use sentences more with active voice rather than passive voice. And also please don't start every sentence with I after knowing that okay, I need to use I. Please don't start all the sentences or use a lot of I. That is also not a good advice, I would say. But yeah, keep your sentences simple and that would be fine. The third don't is that please avoid quotations, cliche sentences, some things, some fancy vocabularies, fancy sentences, some thoughts from some authors. Please avoid it. It is telling nothing about you. It is telling nothing about what you have done, what your achievements are, what is your motivation. It is showing them that you are trying to fake and make an impression that will actually work other way around. It will not impress them. It will actually feel them that okay, this guy is acting over. I mean, you are overacting by doing that. So please don't do it. Avoid that and keep your writing simple. Number fourth is that when a person is reading your letter, they are imagining you. They are trying to guess who you are actually, what is your characteristics, what you are as a person. They are not looking for someone else. They wanting to know you, and this is the letter which shows them who you actually are. What is your journey? What is the motivation behind you applying to this university or this course? So they want to know you as a person. They want to get an idea, get a sketch, get a picture of you as a person. Like we used to have this in old movies, the person is reading letter and that photo is coming in the letter. So yeah, Yeah, that's what they want to know about. After reading your letter, they can imagine you like, okay, this person is like this, that. Just be yourself, and they also want to know you, not anybody else. And the don't point is also related to the do, as please don't fake it. Please don't write the summary of your CV. They already have your CV, they will go through it properly, so you don't have to waste your important document, which is letter of motivation, in just summarizing your CV. Actually, what you need to do in your letter of motivation is that they want to know what actually is the motivation behind that you are applying to this program and you want to study here. That's what they want to know. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so the next point, the fifth do point, is please spend some good time on this letter, because it won't come overnight like you're sleeping and you woke up and you're writing the whole letter because you saw in your dream that it is what motivated you. No, it would not happen like that. Please spend some good time, read it again and again, proofread it, take help from 2 or 3 people that know you well, take them to read your letter. Don't is also relevant. Please don't copy it from somewhere. Please don't copy. Please don't Google or do these things. Please, it doesn't help. It won't help you, because they would be starting with the cliche sentences like, from the childhood I wanted to become an engineer. It was my childhood dream. Do you think admission committee will believe it? I mean, when I was a child, you know what actually I wanted to become? I wanted to become an ice cream seller. That way I can eat all the ice creams. That was a childhood dream. I mean, these are the things that make sense, but becoming an engineer and studying in Germany doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense. And those admission committees people are reading hundreds and thousands of applications like you. Students like you, they will know in a second that you're faking it. And the reason why I'm saying it, you should write it, because it is your own work. It is your own thinking, your own idea, your own journey, your own struggle, your own motivation. So it is going to be unique. And when you go with the consultancy, they have the same format, I think 10 or 50 formats with the same letter of motivation. You will be sending the same letter of motivation, and the moment the admission committee read that letter, they would come to know that they have read something like this before, and they will reject you, of course, because they already have read something like this. There is nothing fresh, there is nothing like about you. They have already read this from somewhere, and that is the reason why you will be receiving rejection, because you did not pay any attention to this most important document that could have played the role of game changer in your university admission. So please consider this point and work on your letter of motivation. It's very important.